Hello, everyone, and welcome to CD 2260, Early Childhood Development. I am your instructor for this course. My name is Emma Herzog. Just to give a little bit of background about myself, I am an instructor at CSUSB as well as VVC, Victor Valley College, and I teach early childhood development courses, infant and toddler and preschool. And I'm also a former infant and toddler and preschool teacher. Many years doing that. Unfortunately, I don't do that anymore, but some of you may be familiar with our infant and toddler lab school at the CSUSB campus, and I used to work there as a master teacher in the now Sunflowers room. So just a little bit about our course to get started. I'm going to open up the Canvas page and kind of walk you through that. And then in this video, we're also going to be going over the syllabus. So let me just share my screen here. Okay, so when you open your Canvas page, you will see here on the home page just a little bit about our class. And this information is also going to be on the syllabus, but I wanted to make sure I have it in multiple places for you just in case you miss it. So just a quick intro about me, some tips to help you stay successful in this course. So really what I mean by attending regular class meetings is you are watching the lectures weekly. I know that this is an online class completely. It is all online asynchronous, so you are just going to be using your Canvas platform for this entire class. So everything that you will need other than the textbook is going to be online, and we will be using one main textbook right here. It's kind of hard to see with the screen that I have on. But this is the textbook that you'll need for the course, The Whole Child, the 10th edition. So if you do not have this textbook already, please make sure that you get it. And you can just type in the exact textbook reference that I have here, copy and paste it and put it into your search engine. If you're not already getting the textbook from the university, copy and paste it and then find it. I know that sometimes textbooks can be a bit expensive when getting them through the university, so I recommend doing some digging. As long as it says 10th edition, you will see that there are two children on the front riding their bicycles. That's the textbook that you need. So making sure that we're attending class regularly, so watching those lectures, doing the readings, that's how our modality is going to be for online specifically. And then, of course, you want to make sure that you're checking your email and your Canvas platform daily. So I typically will post announcements, and those will be sent to you on your device, electronic phone. You'll get a notification either on your phone or your email through Canvas saying that I have sent you an announcement. So be sure that you're checking that and your email if it's being sent to you that way regularly. I typically will post announcements on Fridays indicating when things are due for the week and letting you know just any updates that you might need for the week to come. And then, of course, you want to make sure that you're reviewing all course content thoroughly. Anything that I post, I highly recommend that you read and or watch. So I'm going to also be posting additional videos where I'm explaining all of the assignments in detail. I highly recommend that you do both watching the video that I post as well as reading the material on your own. And then to stay on track, you want to make sure, again, that you are doing the readings and listening/watching the lectures, as well as making sure that you're staying up with your assignments. So whenever you see on the syllabi that the syllabus or on Canvas that an assignment is due, you want to make sure that you're staying up on top of that. And of course, keep in frequent contact with me. It's hard for me to gauge what's going on behind the scenes, especially when we are only online. So if you're having any trouble at all throughout this semester, please reach out to me. I have my email in multiple locations on Canvas as well as on the syllabus. So feel free to email me, and that information is here. So I have office hours on campus at CSUSB in the FOB building if you'd like to come in person, but I also understand that some of us may need Zoom office hours. So during that same time where I have office hours throughout the week in person, you're also more than welcome to join on Zoom. So on Mondays and Wednesdays from 3 to 5 p.m., I will be available for office hours. So you can either come in person or you can click the Zoom link here. Keep in mind that office hours are open to all students. So if you are logging on Zoom during that time frame and it shows that you're in the waiting room, just give it a few moments. I will add you into the Zoom platform so that we can discuss. But if I am already meeting with someone, I'll send you a message and let you know Just wait a few minutes until I finish with the first person who's come. And then, of course, if you would like to meet at a different time, feel free to send me an email. I am happy to meet other times of the week. I would just recommend sending me an email in advance so that I can put that on my schedule for the coming week. So now that we have kind of looked at the home page, I'm going to take you over here to this Start Here button. So the Start Here button will show you the modules. Actually, sorry, we're going to go with the syllabus first. Let's look at the syllabus first, and then I'll show you the modules in just a bit. So when you click on the syllabus, which I've listed in 2 locations, it will be available on the module as well as on the syllabus tab. So you'll open up the document here. And it will show your syllabus, and you can either look at it on here or you can click download. And I have made it a PDF version, so if you are using a mobile device, it will not change the format once you're looking that way. But I'm going to open up on my actual document here so that I can zoom in and do those kind of things. So this is just the same information that I was already showing you on the home page there. Just keeping in mind that this is an all online course. And this is just, again, information about how to stay successful in this course and my contact information if you need me. And then here's our textbook again. And if there are any additional readings, I will post them for you. You do not need to go and find them. For example, there are some readings once we're going to be doing homework assignments that you will need, and I've posted links for those. And then this is the required technology that you're going to need. So the Canvas learning management system. So if at any time you are having trouble logging onto Canvas and need help getting set up with that, try following these steps first. And then if not, I would definitely recommend contacting our technology support system. Please don't reach out to me if you can't access Canvas. Unfortunately, I am not the best at technology. So start with these steps first and then reach out to technology support system. So a little bit about this course. So like I said, this is the early childhood development class, and we're really going to be focusing on developmental domains, milestones of children 2 to 8 years old. Specifically, we're going to stay within the range of 2 to 5 or 6 years old. We're not going to focus as much on development of children ages 7 to 8, but we will cover it slightly. And we're going to have some different chunks of when we're talking about children's development. So mostly in the first and second half of class, we're going to be the first and middle portion of class, we're going to be going into the developmental milestones of various age groups. And then the last portion of class, we'll be getting into more factors that influence children's development. And we're heavily going to be focusing on using the learning foundations. And this covers milestones in development, cognitive, social emotional, language, physical development. So we're going to be using the California Learning Foundations, and I will show you all of that in a separate video, what that looks like and how you'll be utilizing that. We'll also at the beginning be covering some historical perspectives and theories just to kind of give a foundation to set us up of where early education has started and what it might look like now. And then, like I said, we're going to be covering in that last half of our semester some different factors that might influence development, families, peers, school, things like that. And then after the description of our course, you'll see course requirements here. And all of the assignments have detailed instructions on the Canvas page under the assignment guidelines tab. And I will also have the written instructions as well as a video for you for each of those posted. So please make sure to go and check that out and read and watch all of the videos for everything before you reach out to me. Make sure that you check everything out first. And then if you still are unsure, reach out to me as soon as possible so that we can go over things. So come to office hours or send me an email and I'd be happy to discuss any of your concerns with you, or if you're just not understanding something. And I will go over assignments as we're getting closer to them being due. So if an assignment is coming up, I will mention, hey, just a reminder, here's this assignment coming up. Here's what you should be doing. Here's what you need to know from your readings. And then all of the points are listed below, and we'll get to that in just a moment in the grading section. And all assignments are due by 11:59 p.m. on Sundays, unless stated otherwise, and they're shown in red down on your syllabus. And any work that you turn in late will automatically receive 50% credit. So that is why I said at the beginning of this video, please make sure that you're staying up with your readings, watching lectures on time so that you can get your assignments done on time. So I'll be posting lecture content on Sundays a week before you need it. So on Monday morning, you can get started and work Monday through Sunday, and you'll turn in your work on Sundays. And when you're turning in your work, I'll be posting the next week. So you will always have at least 1 to 2 weeks of material ahead. So if you'd like to get ahead, you'll have that ready to go. And of course, just keep in mind that the syllabus is subject to change just in case something does go on throughout the semester. And that's why I also want you to be staying up to date with checking your email and your Canvas daily, just in case I send an announcement with an update. So these are the different types of assignments that you're going to be having throughout the semester. So you'll have weekly homework. And when I say weekly, you'll see once we get to the schedule, it's not every single week, but pretty much bi-weekly, you'll have different homework assignments consisting of short tasks that you'll be doing to further your knowledge based on the lecture slides and readings. And as I mentioned earlier, I will be going over all of the assignments in specific detail. This is just an overview of everything. And so you'll see those on the assignment guidelines tab, what the weekly homework is going to look like, what the discussion boards, what the video review paper is going to look like. All of that will be in more detail. And then discussion boards, this is going to be a two-part assignment. So you're going to have your own post based on readings and lecture material, and then you're also going to be interacting with other peers online. So this portion of the assignment, that first part, when you are posting your own, is required that you are using your text and lecture materials, specifically referencing the text and telling me where you got your information from. So if you are doing discussion post 1, you need to tell me, I got this from page 65 of the textbook. Tell me where you got it, what chapter you got it in, so I know. So that's why it's really important that you're reading every week, so that by the time a homework assignment or a discussion board post comes up, you already know what it's talking about and have a clear understanding of what you need to do for that assignment. And then moving on to exams, there will be 3 exams throughout the semester, and they will be broken up into 3 chunks. So they will not be cumulative, meaning we'll do a portion of lecture content and we'll take an exam. And then we'll do another portion of lecture content, we'll take an exam. And then the final portion of lecture content will be covered and you'll take the final exam. And those will all still be due at 11:59 p.m. on Sundays, and they will consist of multiple choice questions and short answers. So the exams will be broken up into 2 parts. You will take the first part of the exam, which is the multiple choice questions, and then the second part of the exam will be the short answer questions. So it's extremely important that you take both parts of the exam. Both parts of the exam will count for points, so both of them need to be completed. You'll have about 50 minutes to complete the multiple choice questions and about 30 minutes to complete the short answer questions. And of course, if you are struggling with understanding reading material or lecture content, please reach out to me ahead of time. But I would highly recommend that if you need support in studying, make flashcards. Find ways that you can review the content. Make sure that you are reviewing all elements of lecture slides, reviewing the readings, going over everything more than once, and preparing ahead of time before the exam. So you'll know when the exam is, so you can be studying ahead of time. But I know that sometimes with online classes, it seems like the exams are super far away, and all you have to worry about is each week doing one assignment. But when the exams do come up, or the larger assignments in the class come up, it can get a bit overwhelming if you haven't been preparing for a few weeks in advance. And then at the end of the semester, you will have a video review, it's later in the day for me, a video review paper. There we go. A video review paper where you will demonstrate development of preschool children in some way by finding a video. You can use YouTube, for example, and you're going to be discussing in a paper whether this is an appropriate or not appropriate way of demonstrating a skill. So maybe you want to find a video that shows how to teach a child to tie their shoes, or how to teach a child to write their name, or hold a pencil, or problem solve, or read. So there's so many different things that might be out there in a YouTube video related to development, so cognitive or language, and friends and family. So there's many different things that you might want to discuss or look on the videos, and you're going to be again evaluating the relation to what we learned and better understanding how we facilitate different learning goals for children. And as I mentioned earlier, there will be additional guidelines on Canvas. So I know that some of these assignments might not make sense right now, but this is just a general overview. So more details will be provided on Canvas for this assignment. Same with the optional extra credit. There will be more details for you there, but you can earn up to 10 points. So say you're having a hard time with the exams and you miss 10 points. There you go. You have an opportunity to earn those points back, or if you're not the strongest in writing, you have an opportunity to earn extra credit points. And so there'll be 3 ways that you can do that, and you can do each of those options one time. So you can either come to office hours, and this can be done in person or on Zoom, and then you'll be taking a short survey after you've attended office hours. Now, I've had in the past people who will fill out the survey and they haven't attended office hours, and they'll put in the comment section, I would have loved to come to office hours, but I couldn't. Well, unfortunately, you won't be getting the points for this one, but thank you for sharing. So make sure that you come to office hours. You cannot complete and get points for this assignment unless you show up to office hours in person or on Zoom. And then the second option for extra credit is an article summary. So you're just going to be picking something that interests you in our class, and you're going to be finding an article, writing a short summary on it, and turning that in with the article included. And then last but not least, you're going to be creating a short children's book. So this could be a PowerPoint, this could be on a Word document, whatever modality makes sense for you. If you want to hand craft it and then take photos and upload it, that's perfectly fine too. But a short book demonstrating something that we've learned in class. So maybe you want to dive more into looking at cognitive development. And so you're going to share different aspects of what we're learning in class, or physical development. So maybe you're going to have a book about body parts, and you're going to have different body parts that you list in the book and point to them and have, descriptions of that. So something that would be in a children's book. Again, more details for that on Canvas. And then these are just some general course policies. So you are going to be engaging with others on Canvas in the discussion board. So just make sure that we are participating in non-threatening and constructive manners. We want to be respectful to anybody. And that also comes when you are attending office hours or sending emails to me. Please just make sure that you are being respectful. These skills are professional skills that you will be utilizing in the future after our class, and good things to start to practice. And also just make sure that you read ahead of time so that when you are participating in class discussion, you have all of the knowledge ready to go. And then these are just some general university policies related to cheating and plagiarism. Really, the general idea is that we just want to be doing our own work. And then if we are using any referencing, that we're citing properly. And if you do need support, I have listed below for the Writing Center. I know that writing is not everyone's strong suit. And so if you do need additional support, I would highly recommend checking out the Writing Center and getting some assistance in that area. And then, of course, if you need support or you're struggling, please let me know ahead of time. Again, I don't know what's going on unless you communicate with me prior. Send me an email, come to office hours, be proactive instead of waiting until it's too late. I'm here to help you in any way that I can. And then if you do need any sort of accommodation, I have already received SSD accommodations if you've been within their office already and registered. But if you're unsure, just send me an email. I'm happy to double check. And then if you do need an accommodation or are unsure if you might need one, I would highly recommend that you contact the SSD services, or you can send me an email and I'm happy to help you get situated with their office and getting in contact with them. And then this is just my own commitment as well as the university's commitment. I want to make sure that this is a safe space for everyone. I know that this is an online course, so we're not going to be able to see each other in person, but I strive to create a diverse environment within my lectures and within discussions and create a classroom climate that is welcoming to everybody. So welcome to this class. I'm so excited that you're all here and that we're going to be learning and growing together. And this is just the universities. I just had a epiphany that I realized that I forgot to add something onto here, and I'm going to need to explain it. There's one, as I was saying, welcoming, I realized I forgot there is one more assignment that will be at the beginning of the class, and when you see this posted on Canvas, it will show the correct one, and I will demonstrate how to do that assignment now. So there is going to be a get to know me assignment where you will go on the discussion board, write a little bit about yourself, and then you'll also comment on your peers' posts. So that's going to be the first assignment that you'll do, and you'll update your Canvas profile. And I will show you how to do that in just a moment. But I realized as I was saying, welcome to the course, I forgot the beginning course introductions that we need to do. So I'll be sharing that with you in just a moment. Okay, and then like I said, I've listed some different support services that you might need throughout the semester, such as advising, the writing center, our counseling center, and I'm so happy that we now have a suicide and crisis hotline. So if you're in need or struggling, please check out the resources that we have here. In addition, we also have basic needs and student support, such as food security, clothing security, financial, things like that. And then this is just more information about the services to students with disabilities. And I know some folks are located on the Palm Desert side of our campus, so I have listed both locations for you if that's something that you need. And then just another note, remember, this is an all online course, so everything that you need is going to be through Canvas. So if you are having issues with that modality, please reach out to the technical support services so we can make sure that you're up and running. And then, yep, see, I have it listed here. First assignment, that get to know me one. So I'll explain that in just a moment. So here's the breakdown of the course and the possible scores that you could have. And then I realized I made a typo here. This one should say 10. This was when the course was worth more points. So extra credit is based on how much the course is worth. So 2 errors. I always typically make at least 1 or 2 errors when I'm doing a syllabus walkthrough. You look at them over and over again, but everybody makes mistakes. Okay, so here's our weekly course schedule. So as you'll see here, I have listed campus class closure dates. So that's really just going to be spring break is going to be the only time that we're closed, and we won't have any work due that week. We're not actually coming to class for this one, so that doesn't apply as heavily as some of our in-person classes. And then as you'll see here, all assignments are going to be due in red, and I've noted it here on the weeks. The due dates are going to be the same every single week on Sundays at 11:59 p.m. And then exam days are listed in green. And I realized I made another typo here. This should say online. It only comes out when I'm going over it one more time talking to people, or I guess in this case, I'm kind of talking to myself. So we are making sure that I will switch that for online because this is an only online course. So we're going to be starting out with our introduction, which is what I'm doing right now. So introduction to the course, and then really our only things that we need to be doing this week are reviewing the syllabus and then reviewing the assignment guidelines as they're posted. And then you'll be doing your get to know me, which I have moved for week 2. I know that with everything going on with our course getting started a little bit later, we might be feeling a little bit of stress, and I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. So there's no assignments that are going to be due this week. Of course, with the turnaround of me posting this video, that would be really upsetting, I'm sure, on your end. So nothing that you need to worry about until week 2. So your first assignments will be due on the 4th of February. And we'll be getting into our course topics starting week 2 with physical development, getting into all of those different developmental domains, covering the milestones. So you're going to want to make sure that you have your textbook because we're going to be spending a lot of time reading from that throughout the whole entire semester. All of the chapters are going to be covered. And then you'll have your first homework assignment, which, as I mentioned earlier, there'll be specific guidelines on how to complete each homework assignment as well as the discussion post. So I will post weekly the discussion post. It's going to be a few questions related to the content that we're covering within those weeks. So for example, if we scroll down here, we'll see that we have more content sections, discussion posts, and discussion posts are spread out throughout the semester because they'll cover a chunk of content. Then we'll take then we'll take an exam or do a discussion post. So you'll see here your first exam is going to be due the 3rd of March, and your first exam will cover content from week 2 all the way until week 6. So it will be that first chunk of information that we're going to cover, and then you'll take that exam. And then we'll have spring break, so we will not have anything due during that time. And then you'll have your second exam when we come back from spring break. And then you will have your final exam. Now, the only thing with the final exam is that this one will need to be completed by Friday. Unfortunately, exams just need to be completed that time because of the way finals works, and finals is only Monday through Friday. So I know that everything else is due on Sunday, but that's the only assignment that will need to be turned in on Friday. But with exams, I will be providing study guides. I forgot to mention that earlier. So I will be providing study guides for you. You will have advance notice, as you see here, of when exams are going to be completed. So there'll be plenty of notice. You'll have time to study. And the final exam will be a week after our last class. So keep that in mind. You do have time to prepare for it. And before we head out for this video, I just wanted to show you how to do the Get to Know Me assignment really quickly. And then I will be heading out for the day and see you in another video. So you will do 2 things. So you're going to want to go first here to your Canvas profile. And you'll see that there are some different tabs, and you're going to want to click on Profile. So the first thing that you're going to be doing is updating your Canvas profile. And more instructions will be on Canvas in the discussion post Get to Know Me. So you'll see that after this video, and you can go check that out. So you'll want to click here on Profile, and you're going to be adding your own biography. So you're going to talk a little bit about yourself, sharing any points that are relevant and you feel are things that you want to share with the rest of the class. And then after you have completed this, all you're going to do is copy this information and post it onto a discussion board, and then you're going to comment with your peers. So it's a fairly simple introductory, but it's just a great way for us to get to know each other, especially since we're online. I'm not going to be seeing any of you in person, so I love to get to know people on a bit more personal basis. So you'll do that, and then also you want to make sure that you are editing your profile picture. That way I can see who I'm chatting with online. So please just make sure it's a headshot photo. It can be a selfie. I understand that not everyone has professional headshots done, but as long as I can see your face in the picture, that's really all I'm looking for. So again, more details will be provided for all of the assignments. You'll just want to go and click on the modules tab, and you'll see here that this is just some general information to start here, things that all courses would have related to Canvas. And then you'll see that this is our first module, Introduction to the Course. There's the Get to Know Me assignment right here. So once you're done updating your profile, you'll click here on the Get to Know Me assignment, and more instructions will be listed for you. So I gave you some examples of what you might want to talk about. So maybe you want to share your favorite hobbies, things you're interested in, things that you like to do, or maybe you want to share a little bit about your background, things that you want to do for your future, career goals, things like that. So you're doing 3 things. You're going to add a photo of yourself. You're going to be adding a short bio into your profile, which I showed you on Canvas. And then you're also going to be posting that in the reply section. So I would just copy and paste my information from my profile, put it in the reply section here, and then I will comment on my peers' post. So remember, we're just using supportive feedback, thoughtful comments, or you could ask questions. So that's the first assignment. And then I will be having all of our modules ready to go for you at least 1 to 2 weeks prior. And so you'll see here, I also have the syllabus and textbook listed. So everything will be laid out for you in a fairly accessible format. But of course, if you do have questions, please let me know, and I'm happy to go over anything more in detail with you. And I think that's all I have for you for this video. I am super excited for all of us to learn and grow together. Please reach out to me if you have any questions, and I hope you have a wonderful day or evening whenever you're watching this. Bye, everyone. Thank you.